I miss the old Skag who played video games.
Yeah, so do I. But good video games were a key component in that way of life. And honestly, I don't think any quote-unquote next-gen game has come close to captivating me in the way games on the previous generation did. It's been a solid couple years now since I've sat down to play a game for a bit, looked at the clock shortly thereafter, and seen 8 hours mysteriously elapse. Am I getting older? Do games just really suck now? Probably a combination of both. So I'm as thirsty for a good game as you are to get into Thrust. Thirsty for Thrust. Or thrusty. I don't know, whatever. Someone complete that joke for me. That and I am a mid-tier Star Wars nerd. True story. The first legit date of my life was going to see Star Wars Episode 3 in theaters. And I think you can predict how that night ended. I'll just say this life lesson to you younger guys, whispering, "Who's your favorite member of the Jedi Council?" in her ear is a tested and failed approach to getting your lightsaber unsheathed. For all these reasons, Star Wars Battlefront had me hyped. Of course, cautiously so, given the current state of affairs in gaming, but hyped nonetheless. If you put a mediocre game in a Star Wars setting, to me, it's gonna get elevated a bit. And that's exactly where this game stands to me. Perfectly balanced on the fence of mediocrity with nothing particularly amazing or disastrous about it. It's got that aura of Titanfall or Battlefield Hardline to it. A decent game with no fatal flaws, but nothing particularly special about it either. After playing a block of hours in this beta, I can say the experience was insufficient for me to pay the $60 price of a launch purchase. And based on conversations I've had and YouTube videos I've seen, I am not the only one. And that end result is where this beta gets very mysterious to me as a business decision for EA. As a consumer, I say to EA, thank you for the opportunity to try your game with no commitment prior to buying. That's awesome. But from the EA business perspective, this beta move makes no sense. I know EA wants to compete this fall with Black Ops 3 and Halo 5 and the other AAA releases, so something's got to be done to hype this game. But to release an extremely limited free trial that showcases nothing special while getting nothing from the consumer in return, that's all risk and very little reward for EA. The payoff there is minimal. EA, you ask me for my pre-order after every match, but why would I do that? I'm playing your game right now for free with no commitment. And even if I do like it, why would I commit money needlessly? I'll just wait and get it when it comes out. So there's very little payoff for you, EA, under that structure, but the risk is gigantic. As a consumer, unless this beta shows me something jaw-dropping that makes me think, wow, that was really cool. I could see myself playing this over Black Ops 3 or over Halo 5 or over anything else that's coming out this fall. If you can't get me to think that, I'm not gonna care. And if I don't care, you, EA, don't get a dime. The concept of a free no commitment beta or demo for this AAA game only makes sense if you, EA, believe this beta will hype the game more than the Star Wars name will do alone. Was EA honestly confident that 2 game types and 2 maps would drop jaws? And so this beta experience was so strange to me. As a consumer, I'm happy EA let me play the game for free with no commitment. But at the end of it, I'm fulfilling the very reason that we as consumers rarely see this type of move from publishers anymore. I saw a mediocre production insufficient to get my money. And in an alternative reality where all I saw in this game was Star Wars advertising hype, I think I would have been more likely to give this game a chance with a launch purchase. But hey, I'm an irrational gamer. I want my cake and I want to eat it too. And I want you, EA, Activision, Microsoft, all of you, to assume all of the risk and give me all of the rewards. That arrangement may sound unfair, but after all, it is my money that you're after. The simplest way to get my money isn't through advertising. It isn't through betas. I will grant to you that lightsabers help your case, but the simplest way to get my money is through creating games that make my clock flash forward again. Do that, and the product will sell itself. Thanks as always for listening and for supporting this channel. Always appreciate the thoughtful discussion down below and on Twitter at Skag_3. I don't have answers on this one. I'd really like to know, what do you think EA's thinking was on this beta move? How did they expect it to pay off? Let me know. Okay, thanks. Bye.